back to the channel today. Hope everybody's doing well. We're on the CT125 again, finally, after a little downtime from riding the DR and the Himalayan. So glad you guys riding along today. Appreciate you stopping by. Today's video is gonna be, is the CT125, the Honda Trail 125, a true capable dual sport motorcycle? Now, I guess if you follow along the channel, it's kind of what the channel's about. You probably already know the answer, but let's put this all into one big video, or small video rather, and let you guys decide what you think. So we're on a kind of a little curvy road here. I think it's 40 mile per hour speed limit, something like that. And we're gonna see how capable we are of you know, navigating the road, not necessarily the highway. I don't know that a dual sport has to go on a major interstate highway. That's probably a toss-up question. But let's go around some curves. Let's head into town, grab a drink from the store, and then hit a pretty, I don't know, I would say a dirt bike trail maybe, and see how it does. So ride along, guys. Now this bike here does not have the factory tires. If you guys see my other video, I put some knobby tires on it that are just a little bit bigger than factory, just because the factory tires to me didn't do really well in slick mud. I didn't have any problems with them on gravel or hard pack or on the asphalt or anything like that, but the slick mud was a little bit of a different story, and I just wanted some knobbies, and I found a good price on them. So it didn't really harm the street capability or characteristics of the bike that I can tell. I've got about 12 or 1300 miles on these tires, I believe, and these are the IRC GP1 trial tire, and it's a really decent, you know, good knobby tire that hits the road real good. I got no complaints about them whatsoever. I've had it in some pretty tight turns in the asphalt, and definitely when the mud starts churning up, they do really good. Doesn't slip around nearly like the factory tire did. Got a little backfire action. So in my opinion, the gearing of the little CT is good enough to get you really into traffic, and you know, taking off is no problem at all. You can pretty much hang with any car up till, you know, 40 miles an hour probably. And you know, this particular bike here, it's got aftermarket exhaust on it. It'll cruise in the 50s just fine, no problems at all. So pretty happy with it. There's our town's finest cruise in the streets. Let's get some fuel, or some fuel for us.
say that would be $8 about power.
Will be power.
Somebody hit the billion, didn't they? Somebody hit the billion. I think it's one of my cousins. I know it. How you doing?
1 million of it and I'd be happy.
Exactly. Amen.
150.
Okay, let me see. I think I got 50.
Do you do tricks or you just...
No, just reviews on bikes and stuff like that, and put it on YouTube. Yeah. Have a great day. Appreciate it. Alright, so I think we passed the coming to town to grab a drink from the store. Yeah, got a little shindig going on down here today, looks like. Maine lobster. What about that? Well, that's pretty cool. Just a little coffee shop here in town, that's pretty neat. Guys, let's go find some dirt. Alright guys, as I mentioned before, these IRC GP1s, perfectly great for gravel like we're on right now. Hard packed dirt, asphalt. They're just a good all around tire. We don't get a lot of slipping. They brake really well, you know, grip really good. So let's, this is considered pretty much just a dirt bike, four-wheeler trail. Let's take the CT down through here and see how it fares. There's some pretty good rocks, some steep declines, and we'll see how it does. So we're on pretty loose leaves, hardwood leaves, and there's some pine needles in with them. Pretty good little sticks and rocks coming up here pretty soon. Let's see how it takes it, and I'll try to go over the rough stuff. So there's pretty good rocks there, big granite rocks. We'll try to go at a pretty good pace like you would do on a proper, you know, dual sport bike. Pretty good rocks here, pretty good here. Handles that pretty well with its factory suspension. Pretty good little stick across the trail here, no problem. And let's go on down here a little piece. We're gonna take a left, and the trail will get pretty tight and winding down through here. Pretty much a little single track right down through here. Let's see how it does. And it's not the most treacherous single track, of course, but there's some pretty good rutted out spots that we're gonna hit. Hopefully the camera will do it justice. Point it down for you guys just a bit. We cut this trail when my daughter was little for her little four-wheeler, and it's turned out to be a pretty good walking and dual sport trail, dirt bike trail. And we'll see how the CT does on it. Now here's a pretty good decline with the big roots, no problem there. We're gonna turn back hard on some tight woods here, see if we can keep up our momentum. Oh yeah, pretty good climb here. Now we're gonna head down this section here. It's gonna be a little rutted out. We'll just take the high ground, and with the good knobbies, they're gonna cling right on. Even when it's a little damp, they do pretty good. We'll start on a decline here down to the creek, and then we'll turn around and come back up and see how it does. Yeah, no problem. And we could actually get down in the creek and play a little bit, but the little area I got right there is pretty tiny. I have been down in it with the bike some, but as soon as you get down in it, you kind of have to turn around. So maybe we'll save that for another day. And there's a tree down. I have a video on climbing the biggest hill on our property, and it's right over there, but there's a tree down across it right now. So let's turn around, and this will really give a good test of how good we can climb out of here on the CT. So it gets pretty steep here with a pretty big root. Pretty good momentum maintained there. Didn't have to put the feet down. Not bad at all. So pretty much the stock gearing, I'm 165 pounds, and the stock gearing pretty much gets us everywhere we need to go. It is a little better in super tight woods with 1 tooth down factory 13 tooth, so keep that in mind if you're, you know, taller and bigger than I am. That would definitely help you some in these tight woods, which it doesn't really bog. Definitely might do some bogging in deep sand and super steep hills, but so far around here we can handle it pretty good. So here's some pretty good roots with a pretty decent climb, no problems. That's gonna pretty much do it for the worst of that trail. And with, you know, pretty decent pace through here. It's not jumping around all over the track, even though we got roots and stumps and rocks. Yeah, so the woods part of it, I'm gonna say, is a pretty good pass. I don't have any complaints about it being a proper, capable dual sport bike, at least on this part of the woods. Pretty good rocks here, little small climb, little washout there, another little climb here. Let's go over here into the field and get a little dirt bike-ish speed across the field and through some sandy turns and over some terraces. See how it fares there. Got a little cut through here. Might be eat up with spider webs, but let's take it and knock them down if it is. All right, let's get it out here in the field and see how it does at a pretty good pace. This is pretty sandy red dirt, like we have here in the south. Now, I normally ride this bike really slow and not crazy, but you guys can, this is for a test, so you guys can see what you think about it. That's pretty much 30 miles an hour on dirt trails. This is a pretty good little sandy turn right here. Let's get a little speed. Get a little air on these hills maybe. Oh yeah. Yeah. Not bad at all. Now here's the cool part. You done your trail riding. Stop here, look both ways of course. Right on the tarmac. Go to town, get you something. Pick up something at the hardware store after you ride. Whatever you want to do. So that does it, guys. I'm 100% convinced that this is a perfectly fine dual sport motorcycle. Handles everything we've put it through. I got no complaints. If you into the retro small bikes, go pick you one up from a local Honda dealer. I'm 100% satisfied, and I definitely think it passes the test as a perfectly capable dual sport bike. That's all I got today, guys. If you like what you see, smash that like button. Come back for the next one. Think about subbing to the channel if you hadn't, and I appreciate you guys watching, and take care.